Welcome back to DeFi Decoded. Today I'll be taking you step by step exactly how to get started with Theta Network, walking you through how to use the wallet, interact with the different protocols, and then from here, basically after we cover all these layer 1 blockchains in this DeFi Decoded series, we've covered a lot of these before, we will then move up to kind of more advanced things, intermediate, and then expert videos. So in this video, like I said, we'll be walking you through exactly how to get started with the wallets, and from thetatoken.org, the official site, everything we talk about in this video will be linked down below. Make sure you're on this exact site, not a phishing site that looks like this, but is basically taking your data. You want to go here to wallet. From here, you'll actually want to go and create this. So this is if you already have a wallet, you'd actually have the key store file. You can also do this with mnemonic, the private key, or if you're using a hardware wallet like Trezor or Ledger. But for the sake of this video, we'll want to create a wallet, and then later on, you can do those other things. So we'll set a new password here. For the sake of this video, one of the most important things to understand is this is a tutorial, so I'm not going to be using this wallet. Anything shown in this video will not, you'll be able to log into it, right? If you want, you're watching this, but there will be no funds in here, so don't even waste your time. This is just obviously for the sake of tutorial. So these things that I'm going to be doing throughout this video will be kind of for the example purposes, but when you're doing this yourself, the most important thing is, number one, having your cybersecurity awareness up, so making sure you have no malware on your computer. I have other videos on this, and I've talked about this a lot in this series, but I won't waste too much time today on it. And then beyond this, making sure that everything you store, everything with your key store file, your mnemonic, the private key, basically the key store file and the mnemonic are about the same thing, and the private key are all stored offline in a safe and secure place. So ideally you have this written down on paper, maybe even have two of these different things, maybe in two different locations, especially if you have a lot of funds in this given wallet, because that's the most important thing. If you lose that, that's like the sacred key, right? Anything else doesn't matter. This password only matters on this given device, but beyond this, I'm just going to use this password for now. I understand that Theta will not recover, reset my password, blah, blah, blah. Now we're going to actually go to downloading the key store, right? So once we've downloaded this, similar to Elrond that we've talked about this in the past, we will want to make sure, this is the most important thing, is you have your cybersecurity up, because crypto in and of itself, this system of hash functions using cryptography in and of itself is very, very secure. But if you don't have the proper systems in place on the given device that you're creating this on, that's where you're going to run into issues, right? So making sure you have this set up before you need it, right? So having your proper security systems in place is very, very important. Like I said, I have a video on this, but from here, basically what we'll do is look through this. So 12 words, which allow you to recover your wallets. We're about to show you your mnemonic phrase. Please ensure that no one can see you on the screen. I'm in an airport, but I'm by myself for the sake of this video. We'll continue on here. So this is this is what we want to copy. And again, in this case, we'll want to write this down on paper, but for the sake of this, I'll put it up here because we're going to have to basically prove that we have this written down here in a second, that we actually backed it up. We can also view the private key right here, but from here we'll continue. And typically with the wallet, I can't remember with Theta actually, maybe they don't make you re-enter it, but we should be good. But yes, okay, so here we go. So we will have to choose the key store file to actually enter this back in. We'll do that, and then we'll enter our password, boom, unlock the wallet. And I don't necessarily recommend you use the, like for in this case, this is a MacBook Pro, so like it's using Apple's randomly generated passwords. I do recommend that you use something more like LastPass, like a password manager. It's a bit more secure. In this case, it's all about cybersecurity and these other things. But now you have your Theta wallet set up. Very, very simple. You can have someone send you T-Fuel. You can have someone send you Theta. I've done videos on Theta in the past. I recently made one on like when YouTube removed the dislike buttons, which I think actually went into full effect, I think like yesterday or maybe the day before. We're now on, even on this video, hey, if you don't like it so far and you hit the dislike button, it's not publicly shown. I was kind of against this. I think that's important. It's feedback, but I think Theta and Odyssey, some of these other like decentralized video platforms are much better in the long run, and it's always good to look for alternatives. So there's a basic overview of this Theta wallet, then we'll end out the video. But here on the wallet, you can actually see this. So let's say you want someone to send you some Theta, you can actually copy that address. Let's say you want someone to send you some T-Fuel, you can copy that address, or you want to send some in and of itself, you just ask someone else for that address. Here, sending, receiving, stakes, this is where you can actually deposit the stake, withdraw the stake here. So the edge node, these things we can cover in more advanced videos, but again, for the sake of this, it's just beginner run through. I'm not going to spend too much time here. You can also create a contract here, or interact with the contract, and then change some settings here. So like switch the password around. Again, these passwords, it's important to understand that this is not going to matter when you go to recover your wallet. So let's say like this computer, in this example, this computer gets destroyed, but I have my private key and my mnemonic stored offline. get a new computer, I can log in anywhere else in the world, I re-enter those things in. This password is not going to matter, right? This password is only for this device, just an extra layer of security. The most important thing is your private key and your mnemonic, and your public key is just derived from that private key. So that's basically all for this video. This is, I think, probably the quickest tutorial we've done so far, but that's all for this one. Again, if you have any things in the Theta network you would like to see a tutorial on that are a bit more intermediate, advanced, or expert level, let us know in the comments or in the Telegram group. All of those down below in the description. We also have our must-watch videos down there. If you want one-on-one help, kind of more consulting basis things on second passports, residencies, even things in the decentralized finance space, we have a contract address down there. You can schedule a call or contact us. Send us an email at contact@investglobal.io. As always, if you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date, share the series with a friend. I think it's very, very important that people don't just look at this as an investment, but look at it as like learning in a new ecosystem. So that's basically all for this one. Invest Global, and until next time.